Yo, 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 what is up, people, and welcome back to another episode of the 2 Laps Down Championship Challenge. If you are new to this series, then basically what we have to do is we're driving around any circuit of the season in the Manor as Rio Haryanto, and then we go 2 laps down at the start of the race. We make sure everybody overtakes us for 2 laps, and then we have to work our way back through the field and try and get the best possible result we can against very easy AI. It could be possibly... we could possibly be able to do it on easy AI, but I'm not too sure. I think very easy AI is the way to go, and it is still a challenge driving against that. So that is basically this series in a nutshell. We are on episode 15 at the moment of this series, so quite a way into it. At the moment we are 3rd in the championship, but we are closing in on both Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. Also in this series, you guys vote for which episode and which circuit we go to next. So the circuits that you can vote for are the likes of Mexico. Actually, no, we've done Mexico last week. Japan, Canada, Britain, Germany. What else have we got? We've got a lot of other circuits still left to do. Malaysia's also in there. So there are a few circuits still left to do in this series, and I think we are getting very close to be able to put them in a card annotation in the top right corner of your screens, but can't quite do that yet. This week's shout out as well, if you have got my notifications on, let me know down in the comments section down below, and I will give you a shout out in next week's episode. But this week's shout out goes to Michael Beckley, who has my notifications turned on. And also, if you don't already know, I have a new vlogging channel, so definitely go check that out as well. So that is everything to really talk about before this episode. Let's get into, though, the 2 Laps Down Championship Challenge here at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Look at the race strategy for today's race, though, if we can actually do that. Okay, so they want me to go for mediums, then hards. I think I'm going to go for softs, then maybe 2 sets of hards, or maybe softs, then mediums, then hards. So we're going to start on the softs, but we're going to see what sort of strategy we can do as the race goes on. It's going to be dry throughout the whole race, so that is good news as well. We're going to whack up the fuel load as we always do, and run rich mix for pretty much the whole race anyway, and that is it. So I will see you guys when we go 2 laps down. Here they come then, round the final corner to lap me for the 2nd time in this race. There they go, all the leaders. Looks like quite a lot of the pack is quite bunched together. So it's going to be quite easy to get through the rest of the field. There goes everybody now. We've got 2 drivers left to go, the 2 Renaults, and away we go for the 2 Laps Down Championship Challenge here at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Down in towards turn 1, and let's catch up to both of those Renault drivers. Here we go then, on the back of both of the Renault drivers now as we go through turn 4 and turn 5. Should be able to get these 2 in towards this fast right-hander. They're going to brake quite early. Okay, no they don't. We go past Palmer though quite easily. Then up the inside of Magnussen. There we go. And past both of those guys. I can see a Toro Rosso of Danny Kvyat just up the road, as well as my teammate and the 2 Salvas, so we'll be looking to get those 4 very, very soon. 2 corners later, we're on the back of Danny Kvyat. If we can get a good exit, which we do up the inside of Danny Kvyat. There we go. A nice and easy move on Danny Kvyat. Maybe around the outside of Nasser. Nope, inside of Nasser. And possibly Ericsson as well. These guys aren't braking as early as they usually do. Up the inside though, much better under acceleration compared to the very easy AI. Then we're going to go around the outside of Pascal Wehrlein. Do not squeeze me, teammate. There we go. Pascal Wehrlein, get past him. We're getting blue flagged, even though we've literally just overtaken Pascal Wehrlein. We should be better under braking though on Jenson Button, which we are, up the inside of the McLaren driver. And there we go, get it past him with Roman Grosjean just a little bit further up the road. Should be able to close in quite a lot on Roman Grosjean into this next corner, which we do. Then if we can get a good exit maybe up the inside of the Haas driver, we can get him into turn 5, which we do. There we go, job done on Roman Grosjean. And now we'll be looking to try and get past Nico Hülkenberg. Bit of a dive bomb up the inside. Sergio Perez just ahead of us as well. Can we get through there? No, we can't. Unfortunately, Sergio Perez very good under braking and blocking us off. But there we go, past Sergio Perez now. Now around the outside of Esteban Gutierrez through this long left-hander. We can get Alonso as well. And maybe Bottas if he doesn't squeeze us, which he does, but we do get through. Then up the inside of Carlos Sainz. Quite a lot of overtakes at the moment. They're all bunched together, making this an easy job for me. Maybe around the outside now of Massa. Not quite through this left-hander, but we'll get him up the inside into this next braking zone. There we go, job done on Felipe. And now up next for us is Daniel Ricciardo, who's currently running in 6th place. We're going to get the slipstream on the Red Bull driver all the way down to the start, finish straight, all the way down in towards turn 1, where we're going to go right-hand side. Yes, we do, around the outside now of the Red Bull driver, down in towards turn 1. And there we go, job done already. Up into what would be P6 as we brake very, very late into turn 1. Not the best line through there, but we'll be looking to catch up to the next 3 drivers very, very quickly. Lewis Hamilton looks like he's being held up by both Vettel and Verstappen. We're going to dive it up the inside into this hairpin on the Mercedes driver, which we do. Now around the outside of Vettel, potentially. Yes, we do. And Verstappen, maybe. Oh, losing the back end and nearly going straight into the side of the Red Bull driver. We managed to find a way through there without making any contact at all. And then I lose the back end with this Manor, which is never a surprise. I'm not actually going to use a flashback for once. I'm not going to use a flashback because I've used too many flashbacks this season, and we're not going to change strategy. We're going to see how this front wing damage affects us. Hopefully we're still quick. We should still be a lot quicker than the AI, but the back end on this Manor is just so frustrating. Every single race, it seems like I have something to complain about with this Manor, and that's not going to change here today as I lose the back end out of a corner chasing Kimi Räikkönen. So frustrating, but we should still be quicker, which it does look like we are. We do have to take it a little bit cautiously through the corners at the moment. Like this one, look, I'm having to lift off where usually that is a flat out corner, mainly because of the front wing damage, but we are coming into the pits in the next couple of laps, so we can get a new front wing then. On the back of Kimi Räikkönen, possibly around the outside of this corner, not quite able to do it, but there we go, under braking on the Ferrari driver, just going to force it around the outside. Can we do that? Yes, we can. In the end, now around the outside of Nico Rosberg. These corners are okay because they're low speed. They're not as bad at the moment. But, yeah, this front wings damage is definitely affecting us right now. We're still going to carry on for one... Actually, no, we are going to come into pits. Let's come into pits. Let's come into pits for a new set of hard tyres. Try and go as long as we possibly can. And... yeah, let's see what we can do. We need a front wing change. So repair damage, just make sure they do that. Repair the front wing damage. And into the pits we come for our first pit stop a lot earlier than we would have liked, as I'm struggling to get the car stopped for the line. But I get it done in the end. Not the easiest way, but we get it done. We get it stopped in time for the line, which is at the end of the day what we need to do. Right, into the pit stop. We need a new set of hard tyres, which will hopefully take us a really long way. We're having to get a new front wing, which unfortunately is going to cost us quite a bit of time and a lot of positions. We're going to have to make our way through the field once again. This challenge has got a lot harder thanks to losing the back end. But let's make sure we get through the pit lane. This is a very tricky pit lane exit. I have known quite a few people to actually make a mistake through this pit lane exit, including myself back on F1 2015 in a league race. So managed to get through there okay, but we still have a lot more pit stops left to do in this race. Here we are on the back of Max Verstappen, just going to dive it up the inside of all these guys, including Sebastian Vettel. Put ourselves behind Lewis Hamilton, trying not to lose the back end through that corner, but we get Lewis Hamilton, we get Kvyat, we're going to get Ericsson on the left hand side as well, and now that's going to put us right behind Pascal Wehrlein around the outside of my teammate. Can we do it? Not quite. He is literally giving us no room at all through that corner, but through the fast left hand, and now up the inside of my teammate. Going to take it nice and easy, braking at pretty much the same time as my teammate, even though I didn't have to, but I just wanted to make sure I got through that corner. Kimi Räikkönen currently running in P7 after the first sort of pit stop phase. Few drivers still left to make pit stops in this race though, so they'll be coming in a lot later, but so much faster in a straight line. That's mainly because we're still running a limit. So if I sort that out, which I have done, put it back onto Rich, maybe find an overtake on Kimi Räikkönen through turn 2. There we go, up the inside of Kimi Räikkönen, job done. And now looking to catch up to Nico Rosberg, which is effectively the race leader at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Here we go then, on the back of Nico Rosberg through turn 4, around the outside turn 5, possibly. Can we find a way? No, we can't. Inside of turn 6, no. Yes, no, we are going for the inside turn 6. Don't want to go into the back of Jenson Button though. Do not want to break our front wing for the second time in this race, but we are going to dive up the inside now. JB, give me the room, which he does. And there we go, job done on JB. Up another position, and let's hunt down these leaders. On the back now of Roman Grosjean, down the very long, fast start finish straight, all the way down in towards turn 1. These guys might be coming into pits on this lap though, which they aren't actually. I'm going to get DRS all the way down in towards turn 1, possibly be able to overtake a lot of them, which I do. There we go, 4 overtakes in the space of 1 corner. Bish, bash, bosh. There we go, up into what would be the lead of the race, but unfortunately that only means we are now only 1 lap down. So it's quality lap time. It's time to put in the fastest laps we possibly can, catch up to the back of the field once again, and see what we can do in this race. What the fuck happened there? How has that happened? How has my car literally just done that? This Manor is so dreadful. It's taken us 12 laps, but we are finally about to put ourselves back on the same lap as Felipe Nasr. There we go, round the outside of turn 1 into turn 2. And there we go, job done. Now, up next for us is Carlos Sainz in the Toro Rosso, and we'll be looking to catch him up by the end of the lap. And just like I said, catching up to Carlos Sainz by the end of the lap. Here we go, round the final couple of corners now. Carlos Sainz just ahead of us. We're closing quite a bit through this corner. Good acceleration out of it as well compared to the Toro Rosso driver. And there we go. Job done on the Toro Rosso up into what would be P20, but unfortunately we still have one more lap left to go. DRS activated though, thanks to him. Few guys into the pits as well, so we should be able to overtake those guys. And looks like everything is going our way right now. We just need to make sure we don't make any mistakes like we did earlier on. Back of Felipe Massa now currently running in P17. Just going to dive it up the inside into this corner. Be quite easy though upon exit, because we know that the car likes to snap on us through this section of the circuit. So we do need to be very cautious through here. Right, here we go then, catching up to Pascal Wehrlein. Should be able to close in quite a bit through this next corner, which we do. Possibly go for the move around the outside, turn 4. Yes, we do. There we go. Job done through turn 5 as well. And what a move that was, around the outside of turn 4 on Pascal Wehrlein. And now we're looking to close in on Marcus Ericsson just a little bit further up the road. If we can get a good corner through here, up the inside into the hairpin. Oh, a little bit of contact there with Marcus Ericsson as he turns into me. But there we go, job done. Maybe around the outside now. Danny Kvyat, can we get the job done? Yes, we can. Daniel Ricciardo, he's up next. Going to move to the right-hand side. Gets him up the inside. Can we get Alonso as well? We're just going to squeeze it. Oh, I've squeezed it so much I've actually run wide. I was not paying attention there. But there we go. Job done on Alonso in the end. Losing the back end. This Manor does not like any curbs. Roman Grosjean up next for us in P10. Just going to have a little look up the inside into this hairpin. Get it slowed down in time. There we go. Job done. On Roman Grosjean, then we have Verstappen, Vettel, Button, and Gutierrez all ahead of us. We go around the outside of Verstappen into this corner. Possibly continue that around the outside of Sebastian Vettel as well. Do not squeeze me. Do not squeeze me, which he doesn't. Can I get Jenson Button around the outside through here? That's not going to happen. This Manor does not have the downforce or the capabilities to do that. But there we go. Up the inside of Jenson Button through the final proper corner. Up the inside upon exit of Gutierrez through that corner as well. And there we go. Up into what would be P6. But unfortunately, we still have one lap left to go. There's only a few more drivers ahead of us, though. So if we can get past those guys, we'll be on the lead lap. Nico Hulkenberg currently running in P5, just behind Lewis Hamilton at the moment. Possibly get him on the inside in towards turn 5. We get a good sort of switchback move there on the Force India driver, putting us up into what would be P5. Now Lewis Hamilton just ahead of us in P4. Try around the outside in towards the long sweeping turn 6. And there we go. Past Mercedes driver up into P4. 3 more drivers left to go. Sergio Perez, he's one of them. Very good running so far for both Force India drivers. Perez in 3rd, Hulkenberg in 5th. I think they will have another pit stop to make later on this race, but they're both running medium tyres. So looks like they are definitely going the distance in this race. Around the outside though, Perez, but we just don't have those capabilities. Like I said, we don't have the downforce to do that move through that corner, but a good run through the final proper corner. And there we go, overtaking Sergio Perez with, it looks like we've got one driver ahead of us on the mini-map. Looks like the other one is way out in front. If that is actually true, he is going down in towards turn 4 right now. So he has got a massive lead, whoever that is. Thank God it's not Nico Rosberg running that far out in the distance, because otherwise that would make this challenge even harder as we get later on into the race. We go up the inside of Nico Rosberg. It does mean, though, that that is a driver who is yet to make a pit stop. Maybe someone who started on the hard tyres. I'm not too sure. I'm not entirely sure who that actually is out in front. They're still not coming into the pit lane. And who is it? Kimi Räikkönen. So it's not someone who started on hard tyres. Kimi Räikkönen actually started on the softs. But I guess Nico Rosberg and the likes of the guys behind me have made 2 pit stops already in this race. Here we go then. Finally catching up to the back of Kimi Räikkönen. Just look at the lead that he has over everybody else. He is killing this Brazilian Grand Prix at the moment. Whether he can hold on to it by the end of the race, we just have to wait and see. Hopefully he does. I mean, I don't really care too much about where the Ferraris finish. As long as I beat the 2 Mercedes drivers, that is all that really matters to me in these races. There we go, getting past Kimi Räikkönen. He's still not coming into the pits though. So he's waiting out like I am. I'm waiting till probably about lap 26 until I come into the pits, and then I'll probably go on to a set of medium tyres till the end of the race. But yeah, getting past Kimi Räikkönen into the lead of the race if I was on the same lap as those guys, but unfortunately I'm not, which I am now that I've unlapped myself. But it's once again qualification laps. Jeff, mate, I told you to shut up. I don't think you can hear him, but he is so loud in my ear right now. Shut up, Jeff. Shut up. Anyway, what was I saying? Right, so we're on the lead lap. We're on the same lap as those guys. We need to put in the quali laps, and we need to make sure we catch up to the back markers. We go then on the back of Felipe Nasr, making my first legitimate overtake of this race up the inside into the hairpin. Just going to take it cautiously, just, you know, take in this moment as we actually make a legitimate overtake in this race. Whether we can hold on to that as we make our pit stop, we will have to just wait and see. And we have caught up to Jolyon Palmer. Kevin Magnussen looks like there's also a Williams in this battle to go around the outside of Jolyon Palmer for P20. There we go. Job done as we lose the back end on this Manor. And that's not really too much of a surprise. And here is Kevin Magnussen. Possibly get a good exit, go around the outside of this long sweeping left hand. Manor! Can you just once in your life actually get round a corner without losing the back end? As we get a good exit on Felipe Massa. Now we're looking to try and get Marcus Ericsson around the outside through this corner. I'm taking the outside line mainly because if Ericsson comes into the pits, I do not want him wiping me out, as we nearly actually made contact there. And I nearly go into the barrier just to avoid him. There's a couple of drives into the pits as well, so that's going to gain me a few positions, including my teammate Pascal Wehrlein. Danny Kvyat just ahead of me in P13. So we are making some good strides on lap 24 of this challenge. Here we go, down in towards turn 4, using DRS, using Slipstream on Danny Kvyat. He's going to brake very, very early in towards turn 4. And there we go, job done. Up into P13 and hunting down Fernando Alonso. We go on the back of Fernando Alonso through that left-hander, down in towards this right hairpin. Under braking, locking up massively, losing the back end a little as well. But we get the job done. We're up into P12 and we're hunting down Daniel Ricciardo for P11. Here we go then on the back of Daniel Ricciardo, Roman Grosjean, Esteban Gutierrez and somebody else. We go around the outside here of Daniel Ricciardo. We're going to switch it to the outside now on Roman Grosjean. Can we get Gutierrez as well through this corner? We're going to try to squeeze us as much as he possibly can, but there we go, up the inside of Esteban Gutierrez. Jenson Button doing a good job up in P8 at the moment. Whether he can hold on to that or not, we'll just have to wait and see. He's currently running on the soft tyres, so he's definitely going to have to make another pit stop in this race. But we're right on the back of the McLaren driver now. Good exit out here, could see us overtaking him down in towards turn 1. We just need to have a good straight line speed, tuck into that slipstream, use the DRS all the way down into turn 1. Looks like we are going to get the job done. Inside line, down into turn 1. Jeff, shut up. Oh my god, I told you to shut up, Jeff. I don't care about a change of strategy. I know what I'm doing. I'm not going for a set of hards. Why would a set of hards? They can last longer than 10 laps, where mediums is 10 laps, that's fine. I'll bump into P7 as I overtake Max Verstappen there. But Jeff, mate, just stick to your day job and just shut up. Like, I don't need your help. I know what I'm doing. Oh, Jeff. What did I just say? I said be quiet, mate. I said be quiet. Now you're hard tyres on lap 26. No. I want mediums on lap 26. Oh, you are a nightmare, Jeff. An absolute nightmare. Right, let's switch to the mediums just so that I'm ready. Just so that will shut Jeff up. We're now on the back of Nico Hülkenberg. After all that arguing with Jeff, we go around the outside in towards this hairpin. Just going to hold the outside line. Looks like we got the job done anyway. Yes, we have. And there we go. Up into P6. Really, really good job at the moment. We've got 10 laps left to go. And we are already into P6 of this challenge. But we know that Kimi Räikkönen is way up the road. We know that Nico Rosberg is quite a distance on the road as well. Just look at the leaders going through the likes of turn 4 and stuff like that. So we do need to be aware of that. Going to put it down into Lee Mixo, come into the pit lane. And hopefully it's going to be a good stop. Not go into the barriers this time. And there we go, into the pits. Braking a little bit earlier than we probably should have done. But it's okay. We're all good. We're into the pit lane. We're coming in for a set of medium tyres, which will definitely last till the end of the race. The medium tyres, they can last 10 laps. Surely the medium tyres can last 10 laps. So we're going to be dropping down a little bit in the field, but we shouldn't lose too many positions. I think P13 is where we are going to come out, so this should be okay. Once again, let's just make sure we don't mess up the pit lane exit. And here we go through the long sweep and left hander. Let's put down on the throttle as we nearly go into the barrier there, but there we go. Out in P13, and we've not lost too many positions. And once again, on the back of Fernando Alonso, currently running in P12. So I'm just going to go around the outside of this corner and get a very, very simple overtake. As it looks like up ahead, Daniel Ricciardo is having a big old fight with the two Haas drivers who are also going side by side with each other, holding up Daniel Ricciardo. We're going to dive it up the inside of Ricciardo and Gutierrez. We get the car stopped in time, though, up the inside of both of those guys. Roman Grosjean currently running a P9, so it looks like he's overtaken Gutierrez. And there we go, up into P9. A very, very easy triple overtake on those guys. On the back now of Jenson Button, Max Verstappen. I think that's probably Nico Hülkenberg up ahead of them as well. So Jenson Button on those softer tyres, a lot quicker than the two guys ahead of him. But I think his tyres may be starting to wear out very, very quickly as I get the overtake there on Jenson Button. Nearly actually full on side-swiping him as I lose the back end as well. Following in the slipstream and using the DRS on both Max Verstappen and Nico Hülkenberg. I'm going to pull over to the left-hand side. Hülkenberg's going to brake early into the next corner. And there we go, up the inside of both those guys. Setting the fast lap as well, 1:14.7. But we know we can go faster than that. And we're looking now to try and catch up to Sergio Perez, currently running in P5. And here we are on the back of Sergio Perez, running in that 5th position. Looking to probably maybe go around the outside of this turn 6, which I do. Very, very close, side by side with Sergio Perez. But we get the job done, running a little bit wide there upon exit. But it's not going to matter too much, running it wide once again. Or not paying attention at the moment. On the back of Sebastian Vettel, currently running in P4. I was going to have a little look around the outside there, but unfortunately I wasn't very good under braking at all. But here we go, around the outside of Sebastian Vettel through the long left-hander. Job done, up into P4, and now hunting down that podium position of P3, which currently is held by Lewis Hamilton. Felipe Nasr is not having a good race at all the way down in 22nd position, and despite being 2 laps down, I'm now actually lapping him. So he has had a home race to forget about. But Lewis Hamilton here on the right-hand side, down in towards this right-hand hairpin. There we go, job done. On Lewis, maybe, will he have a fight back? No, he doesn't. There we go, up into P3. We've overtaken the championship leader. 2nd place in the championship, just up the road now, going through the final corner. There he is, Nico Rosberg, 2 seconds ahead of me. Can we possibly get him down the start-finish straight? I don't think so. I'm not quick enough in a straight line, especially as I'm now having to run it in standard mix of fuel, because I am running low. So, yeah, Nico Rosberg will not be able to get him down towards this corner. Is that Kimi Räikkönen into the pits, though? Yes. No, it's not. No, okay, it's not in the pits. I was a little bit worried there that Kimi Räikkönen would come into the pits and handed the lead to Nico Rosberg. I need Kimi Räikkönen to get 2nd. If I can win today's race, I need Kimi Räikkönen to be 2nd. So here we are on the back of Nico Rosberg. Can we do anything down towards turn 4? Yes, we can. Just taking it cautiously at the moment. We've got 4 or 5 laps left to go, so we don't need to rush anything. Kimi Räikkönen is up the road, but we should be able to get him by the end of the race. We just need to sort out our fuel first. That is our main priority. Just make sure that we do not run out of fuel. No, Manor, no, Manor, no. What are you doing? I'm catching up to Kimi. Ah! Stop it. Just stay in a straight line. We've nearly done it. What are you doing? Kimi Räikkönen, I have you in my sights now, boy. You were leading the race for pretty much the whole race, but I'm sorry, I'm going to take it away from you. And the final couple of laps, Kimi Räikkönen, come here, my friend. Come here. I'm coming to try and get the lead. Oh, just give it to me. Just give me the race. Just give me the race win. You may as well. I'm going to overtake you anyway. If it's not down in towards turn 1, it's going to be down in towards turn 4. Under braking. Not quite able to get Kimi Räikkönen now. Maybe through turn 2. Can I do it on the inside? Nope, I'm not going to risk it. I've got a whole lap to overtake him. I'm not going to risk it. Why should I risk it? Why should I dive out the inside and ruin my whole race? I've got DRS now. Maybe able to get him down in towards turn 4. Under braking side by side with Kimi. Oh, don't. I said not risk it. Why, Kimi, are you deciding to do that? Do not do that. Round, he's on my outside. We're still side by side. Kimi Räikkönen holding on to it still. But he should be able to do it now. Round the outside of turn 6. And there we go. Oh, I thought I actually took him out there. I do not want to do that. I still want him to get P2. Because I want him to beat both Mercedes drivers as I run it wide. Now, here we go. I will definitely fancy overtaking all 4 of these drivers on the final lap. Massa, Alonso, and Sainz. Massa goes up the inside of Alonso. I nearly go straight into the back of Felipe Massa. Sainz gets out of my way. Pascal Wehrlein, my teammate. Sorry to humiliate you like this, but I am going to be lapping you now up the inside in towards the final corner. That also gives me a massive safety buffer over Kimi Räikkönen. He's got 4 drivers ahead of him, and he's just like, okay, what do I do now? How do I get past these guys? But it's not going to matter at all. It is not going to matter as we come across the line to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. We spin it across the line. We do it in style. And there we go. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner here at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Taking the 25 points. That's 10 points over Nico Rosberg. 13 points over Lewis Hamilton. And that's really, really going to help us in the championship here today. There he is. King Rio. The King of Brazil. As he wins here today. Nico Rosberg in third. Kimi Räikkönen in second. So really, really good result. And there we are on the podium of the Brazilian Grand Prix. So that is the race. The 2 Laps Down Championship Challenge. Episode 15. As we go into the final 5 rounds now. And I think the championship is very, very close. I don't actually know what the championship standings are at this stage of the season. But I know that they are very, very close. But here is the finished standings of today's race. Rio Haryanto, myself, wins today's race with Kimi Räikkönen in second, Nico Rosberg in third, Lewis Hamilton in fourth, Sebastian Vettel in fifth, Sergio Perez sixth, Nico Hülkenberg in seventh, Roman Grosjean in eighth, Max Verstappen ninth, and Jenson Button getting the final championship point with Esteban Gutierrez 11th, Daniel Ricciardo 12th, Kvyat in 13th, Bottas 14th, Ericsson 15th, and then Pascal Wehrlein down. All know where they finished because we actually lapped them at the end of the race. And there weren't actually any drivers who did not finish, so that is really, really good news. But that is it for the 2 Laps Down Championship Challenge. If you have enjoyed the episode, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, turn on my notifications, and let me know in the comment section down below, and you guys can get a shout out in the next episode. And don't forget that you can also vote for the next circuit which we visit. Like I said, we've got the likes of Britain, Canada, Hungary, Japan. What else have we got? Malaysia still left to go. So there are a lot of tracks still left to go in this series. So don't forget to leave a comment down below which track you would like me to head to next. But that is it for today's episode of the 2 Laps Down Championship Challenge. I will see you next time wherever you decide for me to go. But until then, it's goodbye from me.
I want you to breathe all this in.